Get back in your car right now! Remain with your feet!
Hi guys, and welcome to Creative 10. I hope you guys are well in this pandemic situation. We bring some movies to watch while you guys are at home. So let's start. Number 10. Pandemic. Pandemic is set in the near future, where a virus of epic proportions has overtaken the planet. There are more infected than uninfected, and humanity is losing its grip on survival. Its only hope is finding a cure and keeping the infected contained. Lauren is a doctor, who after the fall of New York, comes to Los Angeles to lead a team to hunt for and rescue uninfected survivors. Number 9. Carriers. When a virus threatens to wipe out humanity, Danny and his brother Brian, and their friends Bobby and Kate set out across the desert in the southwest, trying to elude the pandemic. Over the course of several days, the four friends learn that the darkness within themselves may prove deadlier than any microbe. Number 8. 28 weeks later, 6 months after the rage virus turned half of Britain into zombies, the U.S. Army helps secure London for the survivors after a carrier of the virus enters the city and the horror begins once again. This is an all-time zombie classic. Every actor does an amazing job in their roles. It's certainly one that shall be remembered for years to come, and lives up to the original 28 Days Later in just about every way possible. Number 7. Train to Busan. Train to Busan is a thoroughly enjoyable, and occasionally thought-provoking experience, making it a must-watch for horror fans. No wonder this movie got so famous, and was internationally recognized. Some movies are termed good since they have a compelling narrative and a director who knows exactly what he is doing. Number 6. World War Z. The love scare affair with zombies is exploited yet again in World War Z, with Brad Pitt as the hero trying to save the world as well as his family. If you are a fan of the genre and extreme destruction and survival get your adrenaline flowing, this one's highly engaging. Be prepared to play hide and seek with the terrifying undead creatures. Number 5. 12 Monkeys. Time travel films are always going to be messy, but 12 Monkeys, for its complicated plot, manages to execute it very well. A fresh take on the idea makes it surprisingly more believable. Number 4. I Am Legend. Director Francis Lawrence has a way with suspense. Jumping out of your seat is almost a requirement here. This is not your typical horror flick. I Am Legend is more about the human psyche than a zombie apocalypse. Don't get me wrong, if you turn the lights off and set the mood, this will scare you like any other horror film out there, but a believable performance by Will Smith takes it to a new level. Number 3. 28 Days Later. It was made on a very small budget in the early days of digital cinema, so, yes, in retrospect, it does look a little bit like it was shot on a Nokia, and yes, it is heavily responsible for the bilious deluge of zombie movies we got in its wake, which we are only now finally recovering from, but it's so good. Number 2. The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is a phenomenal TV show and never fails to entertain. In that endless catalog, The Walking Dead stood out to be one of the best in my opinion. Now that's my opinion. You really get connected with the characters right from the start, not only just the protagonist but with the whole cast. Number 1. Contagion. If I would have seen this movie a few months back, I would have never believed that such a thing could happen, and like the movie 2012, would think it to be just another disaster movie, but seeing the condition we are in today and the global crisis we are suffering, this film doesn't depict an amplified fantasy but the stark reality about the current state of affairs. In last, wash your hands often to stay healthy. For more productive top 10, be sure to subscribe to Creative 10.